As you can see, this is where they've installed the backbone conduit running to a flower pot on my property line. They haven't done the final paving yet, but the conduit is there in the flower pot. Here's where I'm going to terminate my fiber drop conduit by the house. I happen to have a low voltage communications area with access to areas inside the house, so it was pretty easy for me to decide where the drop fiber was going to enter the house. At your house, you'll have to figure out where you want them to install the little gray box, which will be the connection point between the external drop fiber to the street and the fiber that goes into your house. Normally, you'd stub out your 3/4 inch conduit right beside your house, sticking up out of the ground about 4 feet. Since the conduit itself doesn't carry any electricity, there is no minimum depth it must be. Ideally, though, you'd want to bury it at least 12 inches just to make sure it is below any irrigation lines. In my case, I ran a shallower trench since I needed to put the line through a 4-inch conduit I had built when the driveway was poured. I had to have a pull box in the middle of my conduit run since I had a lot of turns. Here you can see one 90-degree turn, or sweep, then it goes under my driveway, then a couple of more 45-degree turns, and then finally another 90-degree sweep to turn up beside the house. That adds up to 3 90-degree turns, and that's a maximum on RACE's specifications without putting a pull box in the middle. Once the conduit is in place, you need to place a nylon pull string into it that RACE will use to pull your fiber cable. You can buy a bucket of pull string from Home Depot. Prepare the pull string with a little parachute made from a plastic bag at one end. And at the downward end of the conduit, use a shop vac to suction air from the conduit. Feed the pull string and little parachute into the conduit. It should get sucked all the way into the shop vac. If it gets stuck, just pull on the string end to free it. Tape the string around the conduit with electrical tape and loosely put a cap on the conduit to keep water out of it. That's it for the external drop fiber conduit installation. If you have questions about this and anything else related to the fiber network, please ask them in our online forum so that everyone may learn from the discussions.